Hey guys, and welcome to Class with Coco. I go by the name of Classy Coco, and today I'm just putting out a quick reminder to those of you who are dealing with toxic people and are in toxic relationships. I know from experience that it could be very hard to break away from people who hinder your growth and constantly neglect and upset your energy. This video is a simple but tough reminder to let you know that you're worth the energy that you exude to others. A lot of the times, people with good hearts, people with great qualities and abundant love to offer to others end up stuck in toxic relationships with toxic people. The reason being is because we are very forgiving and we often overlook the negative traits within our partners or the people that we want to be our partners. There's a saying, and I'm sure you all know it, that when someone shows you who they are, you need to believe them. Because I'm sure the way that they make you feel and the way that you treat them, the way that they make you feel and the way that they treat you, you would never do that to them or anyone else. And so you need to be serious and go through the emotions and leave that toxic relationship behind. Obviously, there are circumstances that if you do something like that, can backfire. Some people are in really abusive relationships with controlling people. I'm sure you're on YouTube. There's so many videos about people, partners killing their partners. And so you have to be very mindful of this. You also have to bear in mind that you will never want to be in a position like that. So if you see traits, controlling traits from a person, never mistake that for love, because in an instance that can backfire on you. I myself, I'm single right now, and when I watch videos like that, it brings me a sense of relief that I'm not in a relationship with a person who is toxic, because it can go left really quickly with these people, be it male or female. So I want to just get you to think for a minute and think about the qualities that you have. And we're going to use an example to make it make sense. You wouldn't go to a shop that keeps on promising you, let's just say they keep promising you quality goods, and you spend a lot of money to buy those quality goods, and they just end up being worse than anything you've ever bought. Literally, they end up, either you wash them and they change form, or, they don't last for long. We're talking a one-wear thing, that when you buy it, or you go and buy jewelry that you believe is gold, and then you're wearing it and it starts rotting on your hand or tarnishing, you're going to go back to that shop and demand your money back. And you're never going to go back to that shop because you're going to lose trust in that shop and the services that they offer. So why would you take your good energy that money cannot buy and keep giving it to someone who gives you back nothing or the bare minimum in return? And I'm not talking money. If a person cannot consider your needs, if a person doesn't care when they hurt you, if a person constantly gets you into a state where you are losing energy and thus neglecting yourself, then you need to let go of that person, and you need to stop investing your time and your energy in that person. I know that it sounds easier said than done, but it's something that you'll have to do in order to continue growing and in order for you to not feel down and depleted daily. There's so many videos about being a bad bitch and whatnot. And as a normal civilized woman, I just want you to know that that is for those kind of people. It's not for you. So do not try and emulate that type of behavior, because it will get you nowhere. You are worth everything. You are priceless. Do you understand? A lot of the times, these videos, talking about how you should do this and how, I'm a bad bitch, I don't let no one take the piss out of me, and so on and so forth, makes us as normal individuals that just want to be ourselves within normal relationships feel like we're less than as a woman or less than as a man. Sometimes we stay in these toxic relationships because we begin to feel powerless. We feel as though we don't have what it takes to make someone love us the way that we feel like we want to be loved. But the problem there is that you're not supposed to force someone or completely lose who you are just to receive love from someone. If that's the case, then that person doesn't deserve your love, your attention, and definitely not your energy. Another thing you have to realize is that many people who are toxic, they gain energy by upsetting you, and thus they steal your energy. Do you understand? When you're happy, they will do everything it takes to cause you to be unhappy, and that makes them feel as though they've achieved something. That makes them feel, when you give them your negative energy, that makes them feel and know that they're affecting you, and that makes them feel like they are well sought over or loved, which is quite, stupid, to be quite honest. Everyone deserves to be respected within their relationships and friendships. And if you know that you're the type of person that holds qualities that are highly sought over, such as empathy, such as understanding, such as patience, and most of all, love, then you need to not give that to people who do not appreciate that. Do you understand? If someone consistently shows you that you are of low value to them, when they, don't care that they hurt you, when they don't pick up the phone to see how you are, when you're the one who's always calling them or texting them to see how they are, when they cause problems and hurt you, yet you're still the one who understands, and you often gaslight yourself into believing that there's something wrong with you when there isn't. They are the ones that have done you wrong. And if they can't see that, it is not your job to make them see that. Your job is to protect yourself and look after your energy and share your energy with those who appreciate your energy. And if they don't appreciate your energy, then you have to step back and you have to respect your own energy. When you keep on allowing these people to come in and out your life whenever they feel like it or whenever they're bored, that is an indication that you do not respect your energy. I'm not talking as a professional here. I'm talking as somebody who has experienced that, somebody who goes through situations in which I overextend myself and I offer these qualities from my personality to other people only to be met with less than. Now, in the past, I have blamed myself, but there ain't nothing wrong with me being empathetic. There ain't nothing wrong with me being understanding. There ain't nothing wrong with me showing someone love and support. However, there is something wrong when I do that and the person treats me like crap and makes me feel like crap, and I continue doing that. You know, it's very hard to lose sense of the hope that you had with a person, especially when you're the type of person who doesn't sleep around and places intimacy at a very high value. You don't want to give up on someone that you've shared that with. You would rather keep sharing that specialness with that person. But the more you do that, the more time wastes and the more they become accustomed to your behaviors and you accepting that they give you less than you deserve. When that person sees that they can still come around you even when they disrespect you, they can still come around you even when they cheat on you, they can still come around you even when they give you STDs, that person loses respect for you. They lose the value that they once, when they met you, placed on you, because they see that you don't value yourself. And if you don't value yourself, then why should they? For them, anything that comes easy, has no value. It's just like, something that's expensive is hard to buy. You have to work very hard to be able to get something that's very valuable. And so their mentality unconsciously is that you are less valuable because you are so accessible to them. But what they don't know is that the value that you have is so high that they really should not even be experiencing you. Because if you're a person such as myself, then nobody can just get you and nobody can just lay down and sleep with you. You are of high value. They just don't see that because you are constantly on call for them. Do you understand? So, I know it's hard, but when they call, you need to not answer. And it's not because you're playing a game, it's because you are being tested. Do you understand me? You are being tested and you need to learn the lessons that the universe is putting you through. Do you understand? For myself, I allowed my ex to take the fucking piss out of me. You know what I mean? And as a result of that, I did become stronger from that relationship, because I realized that I was in a daze thinking that the more I love this person, the more, like, one day they would understand how much of a quality my love is. And that never happened. And even after the relationship, he still didn't realize that. So that let me know that I need to believe what I see in a person and what they show me, and not make up these scenarios in my mind based on what they say, because what they say means nothing. Action speaks louder than words, because people do what they want to do. They always do. And if someone cared enough about you, then they will proactively make changes so that they won't lose you. If they are willing to keep on doing things that can cause them to lose you, it means they don't care. Do you understand? Sometimes we might get it twisted, because they might call us, they might tell us they miss us. But what that means is that whatever else they were doing before that was distracting them, that took them away from you and took their attention away from you, is no longer there, or has let them down in a way. So now they need to come around you so that you can feed their ego and give them more energy. They're harvesting your energy. You know? When someone loves someone and cares about someone, their energy is positive, and they feed that person their positive energy. All of this is unconscious. When a person shows you that they don't care and they have no interest in how you feel and how they affect you, as you well know, it takes away from your energy. It makes you feel low. It makes you feel as though you are valueless. So, whoever it is, wherever you are, if you are a female or a male and you feel as though you constantly have to chase this person for attention, you constantly have to reach out to them when they hurt you, you constantly have to not say what you really feel, because they will always make you feel as though you are the issue. When you do, then you need to step away from this person and leave them to play a game with someone else on their level. Do not try and change who you are. Do not pretend to be a bad bitch when you're not. This bad bitch mentality, for me, I just see women adapting to acting like the males that they don't even like. And there are a lot of women who don't place importance on the people that they sleep with. Don't let that be you. And if you're a male and you have quality energy, do not share that with a female simply based on her body shape and what she looks like. Do you understand that that is not going to bring you fulfillment? Leave that for the shallow people who are operating on a lower frequency, because that's what it is. Do you understand? They're entertained with drama. They're entertained with simply someone having money. They're entertained with the physicalities. They don't place importance on a person's true personality and the qualities that their personality holds. that's all I wanted to say today. Hope you're all good out there. I'm wishing you well, because I know that it's hard to let go of someone when you formed an attachment with them. But if that attachment is not feeding you, then you need to let go, because that attachment is a one-way street. You're attached to them and they're free. They're out there finding joy in other people and finding joy when they're not around you, whilst you're suffering when you're not around them and losing joy in the rest of the world, the rest of the things that you could be gaining joy from. So yeah, wishing you all well. I'll catch you up another time, and yeah, bye.